I don't think I'm a big fan of these open letters. It's just too much speculation, accusations, finger pointing, right? This needs to be resolved. There's been an update between Gemini and DCG. I don't know this update. This is coming from one side, and this is being reported by Gemini and the Cameron Winklevoss, who apparently is, throwing more shade and accusations about DCG mismanagement of money, loaning way too much to Doritos Capital, and not having enough collateral and utilizing promising notes as collateral, which is a no-no. But they're claiming a lot more now, claiming that there's accounting fraud. And this letter, 4-page letter, is actually written to the board of DCG. I guess he's sick of Barry dragging his feet and not taking action. And I don't know. I don't know what I feel about these kind of open letters, okay? Because you're only viewing it from one side. And even though it's really well written, you don't know if that's complete truth. And it could be not, it could be missing important pieces of data, right? And you just don't know. And it's just causing the mob to get angry. Everyone, the point of this is I know what it's doing exactly, trying to get everyone to get angry at Genesis and DCG rather than get angry at Gemini, right? It's trying to also deflect the blame. As for Coinbase, well, more bad news. Coinbase laid off 20% of their staff last year, or actually 18%, close to 20%. Now they're laying off another 20,000. No, not 20,000, 20%. That would be, they don't even have 20,000 employees. But 20% of their workforce. So they're laying off people left and right. Yesterday, Coinbase stock actually did really, really well. I think at one point it was up like 14%. But today, they're still up. The whole market is going up, so that's good. But this is due to the fact that Coinbase they don't have the market share. They don't have the volume anymore. And Brian Armstrong is throwing out the fact that, hey, this FTX collapse created a black eye for the industry, and he thinks there's more to come, meaning bad things to come, not good things. He's thinking that there will be, the contagion will spread, and there may be others that fall. So he's not sounding too good right now. He's not sounding too good. And I did find something that kind of shows you their market share versus everyone's market share. And this could be the reason why Coinbase is struggling right now with profits. And we know 2022 was horrible, right? We know it was horrible, but it started way before 2022. And it's due to this guy right here, Binance. Binance 10x their growth in the last 2 years. Not just 2022, starting in 2020. And just take a look at this. This is a really telling. I'm going to see if I could zoom in on this. I don't know if I could zoom in. Oops. Yeah, this is better. All right. Just look at this, okay? You have, back in 2020, you had the 4 big players. Binance, Coinbase, Huobi, and OKX. Binance back in 2020, they were still relatively young, controlled 37% of volume. Huobi controlled 21%, OKX controlled 21%, and Coinbase has 7%. Then look at what happened in 2021. Binance went up to 48%, Huobi dropped from 22 to 16, and OKX dropped from 21 to 13. And then look at what happened in 2022. Huobi then dropped from 16 down to 4. OKX dropped from 13 to 9, right? And Binance jumped up to 57%. That's how big Binance is. That's why I've always said people underestimate how big Binance is. And people are calling for Binance's destruction. You don't want that. That's the equivalent of like the Fed going under, right? But the good news is you could see that Uniswap is in the gray. Uniswap's volume is growing. It's slow, but it's growing. So it started out 2% in 2020, 3% in 2021, now 2022, 5%. But as there's more fear towards centralized exchanges and maybe distrust in someone like Binance because they're too big, there will be more people turning to DEXs like Uniswap, right? So Uniswap is definitely growing, so that's good. But overall, if you look at Coinbase, they stuck at 9% market share. They have not grown at all while the industry has been moving towards DEXs like Uniswap and, of course, Binance. That's why Binance has not fired anyone. In fact, they added more people to the team, right? And they're sitting pretty. They have more money than everyone combined, right? And speaking of Binance, looking at their assets just to make sure that there hasn't been more assets pulled off. No, it's actually been going up. They control about 56.5 billion of assets. So quite a lot. So as for Coinbase, I still, excuse me, I still think Coinbase is one of the premier exchanges, of course. I think it is the premier exchange in the U.S. Been around for so long. They have a ton of offerings. They're offering new things too, called, like their Coinbase Advanced Trading, which is great. And, they're using one of the big four auditors to audit their reserves, and they're publicly traded, so they have to go through quarterly, audits and reporting and very highly scrutinized in the U.S. So Coinbase is definitely still the premier exchange in the U.S., but they are definitely hurting right now during our current predicament, I guess, our current environment for crypto, right? Not a whole lot of new people coming in, not a whole lot of buying right now. Volume is low, so it kind of makes sense. All right, what else is there? The other big news today, and this is something that XRP Army, XRP holders, has been waiting for basically 2 years. Flare tokens finally airdropped today. Flare, which, they kind of changed their direction. At first, they marketed themselves as a chain that utilized smart contracts, right? But it was powered by the XRP ledger. So it was a project basically adding smart contracts, if you think about it, to XRP ledger, right? But now they have kind of changed that marketing. So they're not just catering to XRP Army or XRP because they want to basically utilize smart contracts from everyone, from like Ethereum and everyone. They want to be interoperable. They really don't want to just stick with XRP. They don't want to be known as like the XRP smart contracts platform or chain project, I should say. They want to go into everything. That's from my understanding, because I did talk to them a little bit. And they said, this is how we started, but we're going way beyond that, right? But anyways, going back to the token, 15% of Flare tokens were airdropped, and there's more that will be airdropped in the future, okay? But as soon as Flare tokens airdropped, it started tanking, and it's like down 45% or something. But, that's to be expected. When you're airdropping all these right now, of course, there will be a lot of people selling them. I don't know which exchanges actually support Flare, but I know it's listed on CMC already. I know Coinbase does not. So it's down like 50% since being airdropped, but let's see where it's at. So KuCoin, Kraken, Bitfinex, BitHub, Gate.io, OKX, MEXC, but not Binance, not Coinbase. And apparently not on Uniswap or any DEX either. But it's something, and it could always recover. XRP Army should be happy for getting something for nothing. It was a 1-to-1 airdrop, dependent on how much XRP you held. All right, what else is there? Let's see. Strongest streak in a year as crypto beats gold and stocks. Well, that's always positive. And we're looking for this streak to continue, right? We finally got some good momentum. We definitely want to see it continue. And last, I just want to show you guys this. even though I've shown many charts and on-chain metrics that are very positive, why not one more? Right now, it looks like we are mimicking what happened back in 2018. When we had that drop, we found bottom, then we stayed there for a while before coming back up, right? RSI was also very oversold. Then you saw RSI breakout, which is what we're seeing right now. And are we going to repeat? Are we going to see that big recovery like in 2019, 2020, leading up to 2021? I think so, because this also relates to the 4-year cycle. A lot of these just really, if you boil it down, why do things happen? Why did Bitcoin move a certain way? Why does it find bottom, recover? It's all really due to the 4-year cycle. So something to look forward to.